Post-rubor. You lock eyes with this lady at the coffee shop. Your heart races and your palms get all sweaty. That's it. She's the one. You spend the next 2 weeks obsessed over her. Your friends are sick of hearing you talk about this mystery person, and you've shown them that same IG story 4 times today. They're even betting on how long this one lasts, since last month's record was only 11 days. Then one morning you wake up, go to the same coffee house, and you see her, but you feel absolutely nothing. No butterflies, no spark, just a vague sense of, oh, right, that person exists. So what happened? This is post-rubor, and it's when you have a crazy crush on someone and all of a sudden, it's all gone. They didn't do anything wrong, you just woke up one day and suddenly stopped caring. At some point, you can't even remember why you were so obsessed in the first place. Meanwhile, your friends don't even ask about the person anymore. They just reset the counter and wait for next week's drama. This doesn't make you shallow, you're just wired to experience romance like a sugar rush. Intense, overwhelming, but very, very temporary. Cupioromantic. Your best friend just got engaged. Your sister's planning her wedding, and you look around and it seems everyone has their soulmates. Well, except you. So you download the apps, you go on a bunch of dates, you do all the right things, flowers, nice dinners, long walks, you check every box on the romance checklist. But that feeling everyone talks about, the butterflies, you're waiting ages for it. This is Cupioromantic, when you want romance, but you just don't experience the romantic attraction that usually leads people there. It's like enjoying an apple without wishing to take a bite. Eventually, you'd think love is not for you, but that's not true. You're not broken. You just want love without the butterflies everyone else expects. And it still counts. Frayromantic. There's someone new at work. You don't know their name yet. You don't even know what department they work in. But every time they walk past your desk, your brain stops working. So you start making up ways to run into them. You finally learn their name, and during the conversation, you suggest coffee. Surprisingly, they say yes. Things seem perfect. But somewhere along the way, the butterflies leave. You're staring at someone perfect for you, but that attraction you felt a month ago is just gone. Then you meet someone new. You don't know their story, but just like that, the cycle repeats. The thing is that you are attracted to strangers. You are Frayromantic, someone who loves the mystery that comes with a new person, and when that mystery is solved, the butterflies die. Frayromantics are wired to want what they don't know yet. It's like finding a new song you love and listening to it 100 times. After a few days, you forget about it when you hear a new song. Demiromantic. You're at a party, and someone spectacular casually walks in. Everyone suddenly loses their minds over them, but you look at this stranger and feel absolutely nothing, not even an ounce of hype. Fast forward 2 years, that gorgeous stranger is now your best friend. You've stayed up until 4 a.m. talking about your childhoods. They know about your weirdest fears and that embarrassing thing you did in 7th grade. Then, one random Tuesday, it hits you. Oh no, you've got feelings. You see, this is what happens to demiromantics. Their attraction doesn't spark at first sight, but it builds up over time. Your friends don't get it. How have you known this person for 2 years, yet you're just now realizing they're hot? But it's not just about realizing they're attractive. Demiromantics need that emotional connection to exist before they even find the other person attractive. Without the bond, nothing registers, but with the bond, it's a story straight out of Wattpad. Now, it's not because you're slow or picky, it's just that your brain is wired to need connection before desire can even begin. If these romantic identities surprised you, the next ones dig into the parts people don't like to talk about. So subscribe and let's dive in. Biromantic. You have a crush on the girl who sits 2 rows ahead in class. Eyes stay on her all day, but then a new guy transfers in, sits right next to you, and suddenly his smile stands out too. Friends notice and ask if you're gay, but you deny it because you still like the girl. But here's the thing, there's no picking and there's no confusion. In perspective, this is just being biromantic or bisexual. You like both genders. Sometimes you lean more toward one, other times it's the other. The point is that you've got the capacity for both, and it doesn't switch off depending on who you're dating. Your attraction isn't exactly split down the middle like a pie chart. You're just drawn to people across genders without needing to choose a side. It's like loving both sad and happy music. You don't have to pick just one. Panromantic. You're telling your friend about your new crush, gushing about their laugh and the way they just make you feel happy. But your friend interrupts and asks, okay, but what gender are they? You pause. You haven't even considered that part yet. Panromantics are people who have no issues with gender when it comes to falling in love. It's not that you're attracted to all genders, it's just that gender's not part of the romantic equation. You're not thinking of people as men and women, you're thinking, oh, I like this person. And what's in their pants or how they identify never crossed your mind. Your friends look at you like you're dodging the gender question, but you just don't filter attraction through gender categories. People assume panromantic means you're attracted to everyone who walks by, but that's not true. You still have a type, you're still picky, but you just don't organize those preferences by gender. It's like being able to enjoy any ice cream flavor, but chocolate and vanilla are still your favorite. Queerplatonic. Okay, this one's complex. You and your best friend have lived together for 3 years. Vacations are planned together, bills are split, meals are shared. People keep asking when it's going to be made official, but the response is always, make what official? There's no dating. Neither of you feels romantic attraction toward the other, but calling it just friends doesn't fit either. So what kind of friendship is this? This is a queer platonic relationship, a partnership without romance, commitment without dating. You're together in every way that matters, but not together. There's just no word for what this is, other than queer platonic. Eventually, the family asks when you're going to find someone. The answer is, someone has already been found, but explaining that this person is your primary partner without any romantic attraction makes people's brains short-circuit. It's like peanut butter and jelly. They go perfectly together, but nobody's calling them a romantic pair. They just work. Aromantic. Sitting at a wedding, the bride and groom exchange loving vows, and everyone around you is melancholic. But you feel nothing. Later, your friends gloat about their crushes and how they love staying up late talking. Yet you just nod along since you've never felt any of that for anyone. In your head, you start wondering if something is wrong with you. Well, there's nothing wrong, you're just aromantic, someone who experiences little to no romantic attraction. So you never develop crushes, you don't feel romantic love, and you don't even want to date anyone. You still love your family, your friends, maybe even a queer platonic partner, but not romantically. Rom-coms confuse you, and the whole idea behind relationships just sounds weird. It's not because you're cold or you haven't met the right person yet. Your brain just doesn't produce the hormone that sparks romantic attraction. Romantic love is just not your thing. And seriously, with relationships being full of confusion and heartbreak, you might be getting the better end of the deal here. Recipromantic. There's a cute coworker you see every day. You've both worked on projects and gotten coffee together, yet so far you've never thought of them as anything more until your friend leans over at lunch and casually whispers, "You know he's got a crush on you, right?" Suddenly, you can't stop thinking about him. The way he laughs, how he always remembers your coffee order. You've seen these things 100 times before, but now, knowing he likes you makes everything different. This means you are Recipromantic, a person whose attraction doesn't spark on its own. It needs fuel. And most times that fuel is knowing that someone already likes you. You didn't have feelings for them before, but now that you know that they like you, your heart starts beating for them. Clearly, if your silly friend hadn't told you, you'd still be feeling nothing. But there's a paradox to this whole thing. You can't develop feelings until someone shows interest first, so you're waiting for them to go first, but at the same time, they're waiting for a sign from you. At most times, that sign never comes. Placioromantic. You spend 3 hours planning the perfect surprise date. Reservations at their favorite restaurant, flowers at the table, a handwritten note tucked into their jacket pocket for them to find later. Watching their face light up when they see it all, that's everything. That's all you want. Then, next week, they try to return the favor. They plan a surprise and cook your favorite meal. You should feel touched. Instead, every muscle in your body tenses up. You smile because you know you're supposed to, but really, you just want to crawl out of your skin. So, what's the problem? The issue is that romantic attention directed at you feels like wearing a wool sweater in summer. You are a Placioromantic, one who loves giving romance but feels really uncomfortable receiving it. You love to please your partner, but it's a problem if they please you. Now, you try to explain to them that you just love doing things for them. Unfortunately, this would only confuse them big time. At some point, they'd start wondering if you even care, but they don't understand that you see romance as a one-way street. And for you, that's the only way it should be. Lithromantic. You've been obsessed with this guy for months. You know his schedule, his favorite book, and even the route he takes to class. Hours you've spent daydreaming about where you finally tell him how you feel, and he says it back. It's all you think about. Then it happens. He pulls you aside after class and tells you he likes you a lot. This is the moment you've been fantasizing about. And suddenly, something inside you just clicks off. You don't want him anymore. This is the whole love story for Lithromantic people. Their attraction thrives on distance but dies on contact. You wanted him, but the moment he wanted you back, your brain just flipped itself. Now he's looking at you, waiting for a response, but you just want to run. Not because he did anything wrong, but because reciprocation is your kill switch. You try to force it back. You go on dates, hold hands, but it feels like acting. The magic that existed when it was one-sided is just gone. Thus, some Lithromantics are happiest crushing on celebrities or fictional characters, people who can never return the feelings and ruin everything by wanting you back. Caedromantic. While cleaning out your old room, you find a high school journal. You flip through page after page of crush confessions and hearts drawn around names. But the person who wrote this doesn't even feel like you anymore. You remember what it felt like, not the specific details, but the butterflies you once had. Yet somewhere between then and now, something just stopped working. You are Caedromantic, meaning trauma cuts away your capacity for romantic attraction. Something in your past, maybe an experience or a bad relationship, severed the wires that used to light up when romance was nearby. You try sometimes by going on dates, thinking that forcing it will wake the feelings up again. You meet someone kind, attractive, and perfect on paper, but there's nothing. You wait for the butterflies and still, no matter what, you just don't fall in love anymore. You look at old photos of yourself grinning next to someone you used to have feelings for, and you don't recognize that version of yourself anymore. But you're sure it's never coming back. In these cases, feelings were mostly internalized, but if you want to explore the darkest extents of human desire, check out our video on the weirdest fetishes in 17 minutes.